Hello, what is up, guys? So great to be with you all today. We're going to be playing some more Unexplored 2 today, which I first played last Sunday as like a chill Sunday stream on a 3-day weekend here. And I had an absolute blast. It greatly exceeded any. I mean, I didn't really have any set expectations, but I know some people in the roguelike community seem to down on it throughout their whatever their like alpha versions and stuff they had pre-early access. So I don't let any of that affect my perception of it. I'm glad I didn't because the game is fantastic. Probably a potential like tonehack game of the year candidate so far. So I'm really excited to be playing it again today. Speaking of good games, man, there's a lot of cool games that have either released or gotten like big updates recently. I was thinking about it yesterday because right now June NetHack is going on, and I was planning on streaming some NetHack throughout this month. But I don't know how that's going to happen because there's so much going on. So just in the last week or two, Unexplored 2 came out into early access. Zorbus got a big update, the first one since December, probably. December or early January. And a lot of that Zorbus update was actually, I think, a reaction to my first playthrough. And some big updates, and I really want to try that. It's supposed to be like a really challenging and fun game so far, or with a new update. Zephyr Runner, thank you so much. 10 months, creeping up on that year. Thank you so much for all the support. I hope the weather is nice for you as you do some yard work, and depending on how big your yard is, we may be here when you return. Thanks again. We also have Rogue Empire is getting a DLC. That one's probably not out yet. It's going to be out this month. I would like to check that out. That's a game I haven't played at all yet, but has always looked pretty cool. Jupiter Hell just got an update that dropped today, the Medusa patch. I just got my first win in Jupiter Hell last week, and I am looking forward to playing some more. The Jupiter Hell community seems awesome. So I'm definitely excited to play the game more and meet more of those awesome folks. Rift Wizard just got an update, and I am ready to stream some Rift Wizard because they added, it's called Improviser mode, but what it really is tone mode. It's the mode I've been asking for since I first played it when it first released into early access 10 or so months ago. And it gives you a limited spell book, so you have to work with like a random set of spells, and I just love the idea of that. And one of the reasons I haven't been streaming Rift Wizard is just because it's like it's going to be an overwhelming amount of reading and like figuring things out. Like if you watch Kizrati's stream that he just did a couple of weeks ago, he played like 24 hours total for his first run. And he got to the last boss. I don't know if he won or not. I'm assuming he did. So he played through every level. But yeah, a lot of reading, like every floor, and there's like 25 or 26 of them, I think. Probably took 30 to 60 minutes each. But we can, with a limited spell book, we can, it's a bit of a more of a challenge, and you can, we can focus on a small set of the game, and through many games we'll like learn everything in like a more metered way, in a way that's more entertaining in general for me personally. So I'm really excited to dive into Rift Wizard, and I am very open to streaming that coming here soon. Cogmine just got the beta 11 pre-release version X5 dropped yesterday, and there's a really fun event and technically 2 new items associated with it that got added that the community is gonna love. I'm not gonna. I mentioned that I found it yesterday, but I don't want to spoil it at all. I'll give it at least 7 days, but it's not too incredibly hidden. So I think the community is gonna find it and get a huge kick out of that. I know Jack 9 found at least the first part of it. And then Griftlands also released fully, yesterday or the day before. Smith's storyline is complete. It was probably about 14 months ago I streamed Griftlands when it first released into early access. We played through Sal's campaign a bit and had a blast with that. I haven't played the second character Rook or the third character Smith yet. Smith looks amazing. I think I'm gonna have so much fun playing that character. So that's something we could look forward to as well. So much cool stuff to do. I was just looking at that and like I could probably spend 4 months just playing those games on my stream. So we have our work cut out for us. And that's just in the past like week or two. So wild stuff. But let's see. Xylan, welcome. Great to see you. Klein, still at work. Little stealthy work stream. Love to see it. Welcome. Earman, hello. I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Osmosis Jones. Yep, Unexplored 2. This one was probably about 2 weeks ago, just released in early access on Epic. You said you haven't had the time to sink your teeth on Unexplored. The first game is great. This one is a little different. It's actually a lot different in a lot of ways, but it takes some of like the most novel and some of the elements that Unexplored 1 excelled at and like really made them very cool. And we'll talk about that soon in here and as we continue to play. But it nails that exploration feel more than any game I remember in recent memory. And I guess I don't play a lot of non-roguelike like adventure games, which probably are pretty good at that too. But for the games I play and the genre I play, this one like nails it. Hey Chocobo Dundee, and this is the new improved tone patch version. Yeah, so an update came out a few days ago, and I noticed there were a list of items towards the bottom. It could be a coincidence. That's up for whoever to decide, but well, it was definitely a coincidence, but there was a list of items at the end that were all things that I ran into in my stream last week. And let me find those because they'll be relevant to us. Damn, where did I post those? Well, I know where to find it directly, so let me grab that so I can read these last few items. Vaganti got an update yesterday. That was really unexpected. Vaganti is a really fun game too. So the double dragon cannot spawn in the starting region. We had encounters with the double dragon in both of my runs last week, or both of my characters last week. Vantage points can be used again after interacting with them at night or in poor weather. That was something we ran into, and it was a little annoying because I had to take a bunch. Like the vantage point is like at the top of like it's at like a high point. It's a vantage point, you know. So I had to like do all these strength fortune tests to like get up there, and then to do the same thing to get back down to like leave the level and reset and then come back, which is pretty crazy. And actually, I think Heavy Risk in the Roguelikes Discord ran into another issue that seems similar to that, where they couldn't access a Spirit Realm entrance. And it felt similar to the Vantage Point issue I had, so I told them how I fixed it, and it worked for them there. So I wonder if that is associated or separate, or the same thing may have gotten fixed. What else do we have here? You no longer whistle when pressing E outside the range of an interactive object. I know I kept doing that last week, I think, because if you want to hit E near certain things, and some of like the actions are slow, so and that's probably a player thing where I don't know if like it went through or not, so I'll press it again. But you'll like whistle because it's the same button, and then you often don't want to whistle because that just draws attention to you from like enemies and stuff. And there were some things here about some spelling issues and like level issues, which we ran into a few things like that as well. So that's interesting to see. Don't know if it's a coincidence or not, but regardless, great to see stuff being fixed on there. Really great update overall. Lots of balance and bug fix kind of things. Nothing too sexy, but that's exactly the kind of update you want to see in early access. Silence. Time to think of more word jokes about unexplored things. Yeah, you guys were having fun with that last week. Hey, what up? Hello, Lagui. Yeah, the early access is only on Epic Games Store right now, and I think there's still a sale going off where you can get an extra $10 off through the Epic Games sale, which is unrelated to like Unexplored 2 itself. So it's a pretty good deal right now if that's still going on. Accidental whistling, cause of pressing buttons too fast, is the equivalent of dashing into traps in Hades from spamming the button. Ain't that the truth? Hey, what up, Captain Chris Sandwich? Welcome, welcome. All right, good stuff. Well, let's get into the game. Yeah, the art and like the atmosphere in this game, like all of it is just so great. Like, I think that this like title screen just looks awesome on its own. So how this game works, I think the game has permadeath, but it's interesting because you're playing the world, not the character. So you generate this like big procedurally generated world. I was looking at like full maps of other people, and it's really cool how different they all look. The worlds that are generated, and then you have this like epic quest that's basically like a Lord of the Rings style thing, and they don't shy away from that association. They actually play into it, which I absolutely love. But we're trying to take the staff of Yendor to like Mordor, basically, I guess, and like get rid of it, destroy it. And that's the first valley over here. And I was actually reading something in one of the trailers. It says if you die in the first valley, then you lose like permanently, like the world's done. But you have this epic quest to do that, and it occurs over several characters. And I don't think it's really meant to be done on one character. And then every time you die, like darkness takes over the world some more, and then like there's like a couple factions going on, and like territories change hands and stuff a bit, and like different things happen. Like a few decades pass in between each character, so the game gets harder every time you die. We've lost 2 characters so far, and we actually haven't made too much progress, so we're probably like behind right now, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, let's do this. Hey, Porius. Yep, unexplored time. Very excited to play this right now. So I think we want to try and actually like hit up some of these like quest markers and stuff that are like part of like the big meta quests that we need to take on. Because so the first character I played, we were just like randomly exploring, and we learned about the hope mechanic, which is like a hard clock and very important to keep track of, because there's apparently like no good means of restoring hope. And once you run out of hope, you can't heal at campfires anymore. It gets pretty brutal. And the second character, we died trying to take on the double dragon. Well ahead of when we should have been. And it's actually not even allowed to spawn in the starting area anymore. We just read that in the update. But we almost won using exploiting some cheese, so fun stuff. I wonder if being successful reclaims some land from the darkness. Maybe. That's what we're going to find out today. Hey, what up, Dracunos? Alright, let's see what quests we have here. I think this kind of reminds you of like the big overarching quest you have. Alright, let's run through town a little bit. Sometimes you get like other quests. What's kind of crazy about this game is we didn't find one like equipment upgrade. So I'd like to like find like a cool sword or some armor or something. And combat is pretty tough in this run. So one of the core mechanics in this run, instead of just like getting like percentage rolls, is you play these you take these fortune tests. So this is a social one. And maybe we'll get some like information from this guy. And it's kind of like it's like a probability-based thing where there's success and failure tokens and some random ones in the bag, and then you draw them until you get a success or a failure. And then there's a few ways you can manipulate them. So I get 2 free rerolls on this test from something. Yeah. And wow, there's a lot of negative results in here, but it's a good thing we have a lot of draws. Oh my god. Okay. So there wasn't even a success token in the pool to start. Oh my god, this guy does not like us. Alright, well, we're just gonna take a failure here. What an annoying dude. Rodney stuff, and what roguelikes is it in? Well, Yendor is back from the original Rogue. It's in Brogue, NetHack. I think Pixel Dungeon. A lot of games play on the Yendor stuff. The original Brogue, of course. So this game, the big antagonists, which I don't know if you actually ever meet them or if they're just kind of like an overarching like evil force that's like pulling the strings behind the scenes. The antagonist seems to be the hero from Unexplored 1 that got the Amulet of Yendor, and that's how they got their power. And then it seemed like something happened, kind of like when you the genie wish phenomenon, where you make a wish and like it's not the ideal that you were hoping for. Like it comes with like bad baggage or something. That's kind of like what I think how this game starts off. Hey, what up, Nano Hard? Alright, let's see. Oh, this is the same guy. How do you get over here? Or are there just multiple people named M. Manolf? Snitches get stitches, so if you're risking life and limb to bring them this intel, it won't hurt them to give them something back, okay? Snitches get stitches. Alright, what do you have? I'm mighty curious about your tale, but let me tell you mine first. My work, have you heard? People say they saw a really cool-looking skeleton walking by and muttering to itself in a cave in Letterbergen Mountains. Sounds like once-in-a-lifetime occurrence. Go check it out if you're curious like me. Is that a typo? Sounds like... It's hard to tell if it's like flavor when you see something like that, or if it's a typo. But they did fix some typos before. I think I'm going to screenshot all these and probably send it over to the devs just in case they're trying to fix some of this stuff. And some of it's like localization and stuff. Sounds like a typo. Alright, these are all like ambassadors. Oh, they just give us a location. Here's the healer. I want bandages. This is almost like a Fallout, classic Fallout style trading system where you offer items and they deem whether it's enough or not. You know what's weird is this doesn't update because I want to know what the healing herbs do. I think these heal wounded as well. I think this is a bug too. It feels like it. Unless there's a button. I don't know how to inspect that. Maybe I'll send that as a screenshot as well. Right, no currency, it's just barter, but there are like... Kind of like in Caves of Cud, how there's like items that are only like worth for trading. Like this Roth carving, it says this small carving represents Roth. It has no practical use but can be traded. So I might as well try and trade that. And they'll actually give me both of these for that. And it says that's more than they want, but like not significantly more. I don't know if we're going to be able to get enough of this otherwise, so we probably just want to throw that into the pot for them. Actually, I can ditch like one of these throwing clubs maybe. No, they don't want that. I think I'm gonna... The healing stuff seems good. So I'll explain the hope system here. But the bandages, and I think this herb, both cure wounded. And if you don't cure wounded, it removes 1 hope every day for 3 days. Which I think that was a significant cause of us losing hope on my first character. And hope just seems like really essential. The other things are traveling hardships. So we'll try and pay more attention to that. But how hope works... So we have these hope traits. And we're capped out on hope here. There's 4 levels. You lose hope, and I don't know how many hope is in each level. But you eventually like go down to level 3, and then you lose your hope trait when you lose that tier of hope. And then the base hope trait is vitality. You're able to recover health by eating food. Without vitality, you will lose willpower to eat. So if you lose all your hope, you can't heal except by magic potions, which are kind of rare so far, it seems. And that's like, you're going to die pretty soon after that. So getting wounded in combat, which seems to just happen if you take a lot of damage in one encounter, that's something I want to try and figure out today. So we'll try and keep our eyes open in combat to see like how getting wounded works. The game kind of implies that if you take on an encounter that's like out of your league, or if they're out of your league, you get wounded, but I think it can happen in any encounter if you take enough damage. So we'll try to pay attention to that. Oh, while I'm at it, what I want to try and look for today are like sweet screenshots basically, like landscapes, because there are some just like breathtaking views in this game. So let's see if we can try and find like our favorite like view or like screenshot like for an area or something, because we saw some cool ones last week. There's some like really cool settings and just like the art style in this game and like the overall atmosphere with like the sound effects, like these birds chirping and like the music, and then like I love like the rain is like so calming. Really cool and atmospheric game. Okay, this is Clan Wolfmane. They don't like us. They don't seem to like anyone. Clan Azernor. Are these new clans? Why am I getting new locations? I guess we don't know the locations from before. But these are all like envoys of the various clans in the game. This is that same guy from before. Last night I heard some weird sluthering noises in the night. They scared the living daylights out of me. From now I'll double lock the doors when I go to sleep. Oh, I didn't need to stay the night. Oh well. The game has a day-night cycle. We're on day 2 now. I don't think wasting days is too harmful, except for food, which is the primary way of healing, spoils. Alright, here's the trader. We don't have a lot to trade anymore. But let's see what they might have for us. So water skin negates the fatigue you would suffer from heat once per journey. So here's the other thing that's really cool. Is I think each one of these areas, like this is like a desert. This is probably where we want the water skin. And then last week I spent a lot of time in the ice area, and I lost a lot of hope from just being like cold all the time. So if you know like where you're gonna try to go to, you can like plan around that a bit, which is really neat. Yeah, lockpicks are probably pretty cool. So I can trade one of these throwing clubs for a lockpick. And I think I have the bow skill, so the bow is going to be better for us than the throwing club overall. So I think we don't mind trading that. What does bedroll do? I already have one. Only 2 uses, but I doubt 2 backpacks does something, but maybe. Quarterstaff. Sturdy boots. Let's see if we can get those. Alright, he'll take 1 throwing club for the boots and the lockpick. That's pretty good. So the boots negates fatigue for traveling through rough land. So there's all these negative effects from traveling through, like just from travels, essentially, that you can avoid by carrying certain items. You're traveling through the fields of Dwartenton. Make sure you visit a roadhouse. The roadhouse. There has the finest ales of Avelin. Visit a... Is this the name of the roadhouse? Is that why it's like that? Seems like another... I'm gonna keep taking notes of all these, like, odd... like, syntax and grammar and stuff. Oh, yeah, it seems like they were looking for a period there. Good call, Croissant Witch. There's an old ruin in Bouldersterholt. Inside was a weird contraption surrounded by pink stuff that tasted really weird. Why are you putting the pink stuff in your mouth, dude? That is just a misplay. That does sound like a spirit realm. Did that get added to our quest? I didn't see added location. Where is Boulderstadt? That's in here. Oh, okay, it did get added. That's this ruin right here. I don't think we're going that way. So where do we want to go this round? Oh, here's the roadhouse. There's a strife. Wonder what that means. Got like a combat symbol on it. I think we need to go like to these areas. These purple things are like where our main missions are, I think. Oh, it's strife. These things used to have like regional resistance, and now because I've died twice and like darkness has taken hold, I think they're in strife. Like this one has Imperial Threat. If I click on Haven, it has regional resistance. I think strife has something to do with that. Like if I die, like those strife areas probably get taken over by the Imperials. This one's also close, but I think it actually takes a while to get there, because I don't think I can just go this way. I think we have to go around this way. I wonder how I get over here, though. Like, can I get through these mountains? It would suck to go all the way over here and then find out that I actually have to go all the way around. Can you cross water? Hmm. What do you think, guys? Should I go through this way, or should we go all the way around this way? It's probably worth going over here first, because that is a long way around. Like, comparatively, just going here and back isn't that much more than doing this whole thing. So we'll head over here first and see if we can cross these red mountains somehow. Okay, that's going to be our objective. And if we get any rumors about cool stuff on the way there, we'll just stop and check them out. Let's try and make some progress on this main quest. I think I can get a healing potion from the temple right now. Let's see if we can do that. Man, this game looks so good and feels so good to like move around and maneuver in this world. Alright, we got an inspired boon and a healing potion. I love how the guy holds this thing up. So proud of that damn healing potion. And I think we can restock Waybread at the inn again, so that was like all free. Do you have any secrets for me? So we can trade knowledge for secrets. I only have 8 points of knowledge, and it costs 10 to get a secret. So no secrets for us. And I can give them like scrolls and like manuscripts and stuff to gain knowledge. Alright, I think we're on our way. I feel like I've done everything there is to do in town. Wait, there are some quests that aren't like these main ones. So this wake flow one. To help you on your quest, you can try and wake the flow elemental. It will impact flow magic on subsequent runs. I don't know what that does, but it sounds good. Secret tunnels. Okay, so these are marked by like... It's like the Google Maps navigation symbol. Just drop a location pin in there. So those are on our map. That's like this one. Those are far away. Alright, so we're just going this way. Let's do it. You guys have anything for us? Uh-oh. I found it really easy to anger guys, so I was worried that I angered them by accident there. Oops, I moved too far. Wait, where can I go? Aren't there normally lines connecting these? Okay, I guess it's the ones that are bright white. Can I not go up here? Anywhere? That's interesting. Or like over here? Like I want to go this way. I guess I have to go to the tower first. I ran into a bug. Reloading should fix it. Oh. Good to know. Let's reload. I'm assuming the bug was the world map. Acting funny there, Earman. Ah, here we are. This is what I was looking for. Thank you so much for pointing that out. Also very nice to see you here. Hope you enjoy your time with us. All right, let's work our way this way now. See if we can cross these mountains. There looks like a little path here. So let's check out the trading post first. So this looks like it's in Strife. And Alsmeda. I think they're okay with us. And we're going to suffer the hardships of cold and wilderness on the way. But I have sturdy boots, which means the wilderness will not fatigue us, which is I think what that does. And there's going to be folk here. I guess we're going to be able to trade here. Just got here, enjoyed the first video, which you didn't see live. Awesome, I'm glad you did. I had a lot of fun with that. I'm really excited to continue playing today. I've been looking forward to this all week, actually. So I think there's like winter gear you can get to offset the cold, but we don't have that. And we're gonna have to rest before we tackle another cold misfortune. Otherwise, we'll suffer hope, and I've learned that losing hope is to be avoided at all cost. Alright, let's check this out. I don't think we've seen a strife area yet. What do I have? I have my bows, and then a club. Okay. I will stay unarmed, because I think some people get a little antsy when you're walking around with your weapons out. So we can harvest these. Oh wait, that said steel. Whoops. Alright, no trading for us. I hit the button before I read it. And what's unfortunate is I can't camp here now, so I'm going to suffer the cold hardship again. Unless I want to kill everyone so I can camp there and not lose one hope here. I have a feeling if I fight them, we're going to get wounded, and then I'm going to lose even more hope. I don't know, the bow is pretty good at fighting stuff. We could try. It looks like there's only one guy on us right now. I don't really want to murder the town just because I accidentally stole some berries, though. Let's just suffer this hardship, and maybe they'll forget about us when we come back. Not to mention we'll piss off a clan. Okay, I don't want to do that, too. Alright. Oh! Okay. I thought that's what those did. It looked like it was going to do something else for a second. Alright. Ooh. I haven't fought one of these yet. they have high defense. I am not gonna mess with you. I can help it. Oh my god. Get out of here. Let me through. I like that. I think that's new as... Actually, no, that might have been in the... That was in the update before the last one we played. Like, enemies will run from you if they're scared. So I killed that bat's friend, and then they just, like, bolted out of here. Okay, this has shelter. That was a scary area. So there's a tower here. I don't know. Did we have any information on this? I don't think we did. Oh, listen to that. We got some strings on in the soundtrack. A lute or something. Hello. As Comker seems oblivious to the snow and the cold. You're in luck. I have a ton of food with me and you look like you need it. Want some? I guess so. What's the catch? Oh, by the way, there are Imperials on the lookout for a Wayfarer thingy person type. Stranger than fiction, as they say. We're good, yeah? Bye then. I just gained presents. So that was the catch. I got food, but now the Imperials are more aware of us. That's what this meter means. Oh, I forgot to restock on whey bread. What did he even give us? He gave me like 1 turnip. Definitely not worth it. Wait. I just got 1 more presents for denying them? This is not good. Whoops. Alright, what else do we have? A garrison. This person's breath steams in the cold air. This land belongs to Clan Alzmeda. What business do you have here? These guys look like they mean business. You respectfully compliment their presence. Judging the delicate balance between showing respect and sucking up to them, you gently incline your head with hands folded. You pause briefly to review the situation. Thanks, buddy. Let's work this out. Stay if you must, but stick to the rules, okay? How can we be of assistance? Let's see what we have to trade. I want to get as many like arrows as possible. Ooh, a spear. 9 damage power attack and distance. Pawning off my stolen food, I know, right? Spear seems pretty cool. It says we're not improficient at it. Or we don't lack training like we do with like the dagger. I get like the spear. This guy drives a hard bargain. Alright. I'm not going to worry about this yet. We need more trade fodder. Okay, so this is like the guard leader, and then these guys just follow him. That guy has a cool weapon. I want one of those. My friend. Proto-material. From a distance, I spotted proto-material dripping up from a cave in Letterbergen Mountains. I personally try to stay away from those sites as I do not want to run into any proto-beings myself. Still don't know what the proto stuff is all about. Although, from reading one of the patch notes, it sounds like they're something that has to do with the spirit world. Alright, let's... If I take shelter here, I can restore my health and remove this cold. Can I not camp in this area? I thought he just allowed me to. Fine, I'll make my own fire. All alone. Outside of the walls. Or maybe not. Talk to the guy again. Yeah, let's see what he says. Oh yeah, because he said you want to spend the night or something, right? Yeah, stay the night. There we go. So that removed all of our presents, and it fully healed us. So that was better than a normal camping. That's why that was a separate option, I think. You normally don't heal for free. Alright, no conditions. We removed our cold. Alright, we're ready for the next leg of this adventure. Next leg of this journey. Alright, so I can't go left. Let's go check out these ruins. I wonder if this is the one that I just learned about. There's no hardships, and there's shelter here. Treasure. Alright, let's find some treasure. Enemies. Wonder if I can sneak around these guys. Uh-oh. I'm not completely sure what features you can't hide near. I guess you can't hide under a light. There was something over here that was blocking it too, I think. We're gonna try and avoid combat in general this session, I think. Like, I can't hide here as well. Because getting wounded sucks. So we're gonna be forced to fight if I go up here. And we want to fight at range. This isn't like an ideal place to fight. Wonder what was over here. Okay, so there's a lever here that probably opens this. There's a lot of, like, there's game and, like, berries and stuff over here that we could get, which would be nice. Although, I'm assuming there's, like, better treasure somewhere. Maybe that is the treasure. This looks like a dead end. I think we're okay with not risking any fights here. No, I don't believe you get sneak attacks in this game, Chris Sandwich. Oh, you do? I stand corrected. That's fun, actually. So our character has... We have stealth, which allows us to do this at all, and we're like a bow guy, so we could probably like snipe guys from the shadows. That might be fun. Do you feel like you need to rush before nighttime or overall to maximize your things doing before bed stuff? Not at all. First of all, the day-night cycle doesn't like tick in real time. It's like specific time-consuming events will automatically move to the next like part of the clock. And overall, it's like not something that you have to be constantly worried about. Like, it'll affect certain things, like you can only do certain things at certain times a day, but like progressing the clock isn't like that big of a deal. And in general, like a lot of the stuff you might want to do in one, like during the day, you could also do like at night if you're just like exploring and traveling and stuff. Do you feel at ease just exploring and random stuff? Yeah, exactly. Those guys didn't seem too concerned about us. Okay, so this didn't seem like a path through the mountains. This is the home of Clan Alzmida. I don't think we've been to any clan homes yet. So this will be a bit of a diplomatic journey. Alright, we have an encounter here. Here's the snow. I love the snow. Alright. This is my first nomination for, like, awesome view / screenshot. This is cool. That's in water, too. It's like, it's clear water, and there's, like, caverns and stuff down there. Or is that just, like, fog? I can't tell, actually. Alright, we're gonna screenshot this. That's a great one. Definitely the coolest place so far. It has begun. Oh, this is a cool area. Alright, so I think we're going to be forced to fight these wolves. Actually, they're yellow. Does that mean I can possibly not fight them? Also, they walked away, so I think we're good here. Alright, Clan Alzmida. Let's see how your hospitality is. The Letty's Town gatekeepers. And Prepa eyes you stoically. Who are you, and what are you doing here? Alright, request passage. You walk up to them bold as brass, and you start bartering for a favor from them. Never ready to take no for an answer, you decide to use some sleight of hand tricks to charm them by borrowing a few possessions of theirs and returning them with a beatific smile. With exaggerated amicability, you close the gap and put your arm around their shoulders, babbling non-stop about your second cousin's neighbor's dog and their adventures. Now that you've gotten to know each other, you're already friends, practically cousins too, right? Right? Reading their stance and expressions carefully and matching them mercurially, you match their attitude and give them a sense of belonging to you, and you to them. Dude, look how many successes we have in the pool right now. Yeah, I'll help. But what was it you wanted again? Get ready to see Letty's Town. Epic. That was an awesome discussion. Hey, welcome, False Lobster. For some reason, I always feel compelled to explore, like, outside of the obvious main entrance first. Right, Xylan? That first trick they didn't seem like the best thing to make someone, like, think more favorably of you. Like, hey, I stole all your stuff. Like me. I wonder if more people would be out if it were daytime. Attuned. Use sky magic in this area without gaining presence. That's cool. Oh, so this isn't Roth. This is an Elder Shrine dedicated to Eclipse and their aspect as the Elder of Sky. Leaving a tribute of food here will attune you to that element. Potion of Clarity. So these shrines, so far what I'm gaining is you can offer them 2 tributes. The first one will give you a status, and the second one will give you a potion. Is what I'm seeing so far. Temporarily gives you clarity. You gain +2 redraws on any lore or magic fortune test. Sweet. Oh yeah, those were our stolen berries. Alright, Well, we got them out of our inventory. I think we're good to go. We don't have to worry about getting caught with those anymore. Wait, so you can use sky magic here? There's probably nothing here, but I'm guessing in other areas there'll be like features that we can use sky magic on. Alright, let me through, dudes. Sorry, I know that was a little rude. I've heard the double dragon has its lair in somewhere in the Ulfebergwood. We know all about the double dragon. Weird tracks. The other day I found some very weird tracks in a cave in Ulfebergwood. I don't stick around enough to find out what made those tracks because they looked too big for comfort. A magic sword was lost in a cave in Zornistan in the mountains. One of these days I'm going to look for it. Snowfall's atmospheric as heck. I know, right? It's great. So where did we just find a magic sword? Oh, it's here. I think it's in this cave. Actually not that far from us. We could try and get the sword and then also go to this temple. I want to go down and see if there's a connector here before we do any of that, though. I like how finding rumors and more intel we can, like... It can inform our decision in, like, the direction we explore in. Is that it? Have we talked to everyone here? It's hard to keep track sometimes. It'd be neat if there was like an icon for like people you haven't talked to. Oh, the innkeeper. Whey bread. Stamina potion. We really don't have much to trade still. He didn't have much that I'm too interested in. The clan leader. Alpryden, the leader of Clan Alsmeda. Greetings, Wayfarer. What brought you to our town? Take your leave. That was a little rude. Traveling Master. Hello, Wayfarer. I am Arneatmoot, one of the Haven's traveling masters. I collect rumors and follow up on leads. Normally I go back to Haven so to record my findings for your benefit. Yep. But as I have the honor of running into you here, I might as well tell them to you directly. Ooh. So this guy gives us some like intel and quests and stuff. Research indicate that a magic javelin is hidden in a barrow in Dwiddengrond. A weapon like that would aid your quest considerably, especially if you can find a couple of sigils to boost its powers further. And these deeds are how we gain skills, so going to places that have known deeds is really nice. And +5 knowledge. Magic sword. This is the one the other guy just told us about. Only 2 nodes away. And now we can get... I guess this probably always gave us deeds. Or I wonder if I had to take the quest from this guy to get the deed specifically. No, usually the deed shows up when you enter a thing like that. This guy is probably what gives us the knowledge, though. The spirit portal. I heard reports that a wild spirit portal opened up in the cave in the Litterberry Mountains. I think we were already looking at that earlier. It's the one that guy tasted. I'm pretty sure. It pays to explore these portals. You often find magical treasure beyond. Oh, that looks like a typo. Add that to my list. Wonderful. Anything else you're interested in? Bye. That guy was useful. Oh yeah, we found these spirit pearls last time. I never found out what it did. These pearls sometimes form in places where the spirit world touches our world. They have no practical use but can be traded. Ooh, now we have some trade fodder. Oh, a smith. Great wares, best prices, get value for money right here, people. Get yours while it's hot. Stuff is moving fast. What a salesman. Throwing axe, short sword. I was hoping for like armor. I don't think we really want any of this. Oh, this dagger doesn't say lacking proficiency or lacking training. It's interesting. The other one said lacking training when it was in the guy's inventory. Now I wonder if I have training in throwing axes or not. Well, I don't think we really want anything from that guy. Alright, looks like we've explored this area. That's cool. I like the little clan towns. Where's the innkeeper again? He's down here. Oops. Day 7. Let's go. It's a little weird too, isn't it? Dust Barrow. Oh, did you see that? It fixed itself. Oh, that was from the code. Dest.barrow. It's probably destination.barrow. I should report that. How far are we in? An hour and 7 minutes about? That's a known one? Okay. Pretty harmless overall. I like how it fixed itself. So that's where the javelin is. I think the javelin would be pretty cool in this character because it seems like we're like a throw-in or like a range character, like a stealthy range character right now. There's a cave of treasure right down here too. Oh, I ran into the travel bug again. You're right. Well, I was gonna go here. Well, just let me go here anyways. I think we're okay with that. Problem solved. What treasure was here? This has a spirit portal. Okay. Explore the beyond the wild spirit portal in this location. That syntax is a bit weird too, isn't it? All right. Explore beyond the, yeah, the first of those should be removed. Yeah. All right, there's the entrance of the cave. You tend to type these very quickly and never look back. That's the best way to, like, get things done and not just, like, dwell on one thing for a while. I'm the same way when I'm, like, writing, like, an article or a guide or something. I'll just, like, type, and then... Well, I'll go back and proofread, but... Hey, that's what early access is for. I'm taking note of all the things like that I'm noticing, so I'm gonna post a bunch of screenshots after the stream. Trying to report those. Yeah, no problem. I am more than happy to try and help make this game the best it can be. because I am very much liking the game so far. Ooh, 2 spirit pearls. Give me the loot. Is this where we came in? I think it is. So there was a level 2 and a spirit portal over there. It was guarded by some people. Let's try and get that sneak attack. These look like kobolds or something. Okay, this thing's hard to hit with. There we go. Does he still not know where we're at? Observed. Wait, are these friendly? Am I just being a dick right now? I don't want to find out. I wonder what's wrong with my aiming right now. Okay, now they're angry. I think they were friendly before, but I feel like they can go from neutral to... Or they weren't friendly, they were neutral. I think they can go from neutral to hostile pretty quickly. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, that guy is faster than the last one. Dude, he's killing rats? Oh, whoops, I shot that rat instead of him. I guess we're both killing rats in the middle of this fight. So when he's wounded, he moves slower, which is nice for us kiting. Oh, cool, you can pick up arrows that hit people. I did not know that. I assumed they were always consumed. Let's find all our arrows. The hitboxes felt a little goofy there. I was trying to hit these dudes. Let's climb down before going to the spirit world. I think the arrows went under them. Oh, you think it's because that's too far away? The hitboxes float a bit. That makes sense. Okay, so this is like a trap thing. Scuttle. Those are enemies, maybe centipedes. And a big centipedes. Oh, poor hermit crab. Sorry. Oh, what are you? Huh. That was interesting. Except I probably wanted to go through there. I actually killed one of the guys, though. Hey, what up, Shmeezy? Really like this game? Me too. Have you been playing it? Now I can clear it. Appreciate it for what it is. Wow, this is a grand pile of rocks. Got it for half nothing because of the Epic sale. Yeah, the timing with that Epic sale with that $10 off coupon is really convenient. This game is well worth full price, but yeah, that other like non-related Epic sale has like that free $10 coupon, which is nice. Let's see if we can do this without becoming fatigued. Test.rock.fall raises stakes. I wonder if that's the same issue as the destination one. Oh shoot, I took the fatigue. That was an accident. Alright. Wait. But I just cleared that. Alright, so we can sleep to remove this. We'll do that here soon. Hey, Athros, 21-month streak. Awesome stuff. Thank you so much for the support. Happy Saturday, and welcome back to the stream today. Glad to have you with us. Yeah, because Epic is actually paying for the extra discount. I thought so, and I'm glad to hear that. That is excellent, excellent news. Alright, let's try this again. Oh shoot, I took... Was that -2 hope? I gotta read these things better. It's green, so it looks good. But I think I just took -2 hope because I was already fatigued. You are tired, but the path is clear. Or no, I took -2 health. Oh my god. Alright, we're not... I'm done with this. Uh-oh. Okay, looks like there's just one spark over there anyways. Try and conserve my arrows on these smaller enemies if we can. Nice. Hey, what up, Heavy Risk? What race/class is this? We are a Relic Hunter, which is the way we built them is like a stealthy ranged character. And a 4th Wayfarer? I thought we were the 3rd. That's interesting. I wonder why that's 4th. Did I forget a lifetime? And we're a Gru? I guess we can't see our race from here, huh? I guess it's supposed to be obvious from what your character looks like. Oh, there's a chest over here. Jewelry. It is pretty and valuable, but has no practical use. Oh, we're going to do some trading when we get out of here. My entire session last week, I didn't feel like I had any, like, bartering tools, but, man, we're getting some good treasure over here. Yeah, Gru is the bird-like one with the eye stalk. You were playing the short frog race earlier. Fun stuff. Yeah, we will have to try them soon as well. We're playing Gru's because Gru asked us to. Alright, so I wonder if I'm actually going to be able to leave here. -2 health again. Probably fine. Okay. We got through. What is this? A silver nugget. Oh, they're scared. Look at this thing. I never saw a critter down on like the... like below our depth, like our Z level. Alright, I feel like we full explored this level. Or this, like, floor. I'm gonna go back up. I think we kind of wrapped around. I don't think there's anything over there. I think we got right around the edge of that. Oh, shoot. Oh, yeah. I love how these things like eating the rats. I think we're gonna have to fight this one now. Alright. So, what I've learned is when you enter the spirit world, you get the amount of health that you enter with. Which sounds silly to say, but it gets converted to, like, spirit health, which, like, isn't real health. Also, we're fatigued, so I think we're gonna try and rest here. And heal up and cure our fatigue and all that good stuff. Cool. Alright. I have not had much luck in the spirit worlds yet, so let's see how this goes. Look at her head. Oh, we look so different here. That's funny. Uh-oh. Why? Maybe this is our true self. Maybe the spirit world distorts. Alright, so that requires a key. Oh, these are pearls? I need a loot. How many of those pearls do I have? We are stocking up. I'm ready to do some training when we get out of here. I have not felt so rich in this game yet as we are now. These are yellow, but I feel like they're like bombs. I think they're floating, so I have to aim like under them a bit. I think my character's auto-aiming a bit. I don't know if he's aiming in the right spot or not. Well, this is awkward. There we go. Huh. Are they easier to hit when they're red instead of yellow? Or is that just a coincidence? I was closer. Maybe I had to get closer because my arrow was falling under them. Auto miss in this case. Take the spirit key. This, I haven't done this yet. This feels like Indiana Jones-esque. I'm gonna wait on that. Okay, I think just getting close is what helps a lot here. Yeah, it doesn't have... They just happen to turn red when you get close anyways. That's what's going on there. I think because they're floating, it's harder for us to hit our arrows that high. Okay, no rolling boulders, no collapsing dungeon. Seems good so far. Not yet, anyways. Oh wait, what did that do? I thought these did bad things before. Do you get to take the spirit loot to the real world? I hope so. Oh, you can't kill this, huh? How do I get through this door? Oh, was I supposed to carry the key? Oh, shoot. The chest was empty? Give me my arrows. How does this work? Do you think we complete this quest when we leave? Because I feel like we've done everything there is to do here. Guess we'll find out. I don't know if there's like a puzzle with these keys, but it doesn't seem like it. Can't believe that chest was empty. What a tease. Oh shoot. I didn't have my mouse on, or my hand on the keyboard. Alright, well that's the first time I've left the spirit world of my own volition. Upon returning from the spirit world, some items you collected there have transformed into something else. Spirit key turns to silver nugget. Oh, that's cool. Damn, we got some pearls. I hope these are valuable. You're rich? I know. Like, I feel more rich than I've ever been in this game. Alright. Oh, do I not have food? I want to heal. You performed a deed that confirms you are daring. As a result, you can learn a new skill or gain a benefit. I'm surprised there's not two options here, but this is one that I will be more than happy to take. I'm basically plus 3 hope points. And it also increases your max hope by 3, which doesn't do a lot except for now because I'm probably not missing 3 hope at the moment. Wow, I really don't have food. We need to do something about that. I don't think I have a reason to rest. We may as well just move on. What a good dungeon for us. That was a huge success. I think a big milestone for my Unexplored 2 career, because I have not had that much success doing anything in this game yet. Got a good feel for this character's like playstyle. Kiting a bit, using arrows has been fun. All right, where to next? So we can either go to the right, hit up this cave with a treasure, and do this temple, which is the only one over here. But there's 2 of these purple quests and the barrow over here. You know what? Let's save the stuff to the right, because there's actually like some stuff like way off here to the right that we might want to do eventually. But I'm not up to like traveling all the way over here on this wayfarer at the moment, because that is like way out of my skill level at the moment. I feel like I'm gonna keep things small. Like I can get over here. I don't know about getting over here, so let's head to the left. I would like to trade. Let's go back to Lettuce Town. There was a lot of stuff to trade for over there. I don't know how much we actually care about, but it seems like a good thing to do. Yo! Oh, I almost walked right off the cliff because it was so dark. Weird tracks. I think we already talked to all these guys. I don't think they have new info. All right, trader. I want everything you've got. So the bedroll means if you rest without fire, you'll not suffer hope loss. Usually lighting a fire hasn't been a problem. I don't think we need a second bedroll. But we're almost out of sturdy boots. We're nowhere near the desert. Should I take a water skin? That might just be dead weight in our inventory. I'll grab some ropes and the stamina potion. Let's see if we can... Whoa. 1 pearl gets me all of that? Alright, I guess I'll take the water skin. We are mega rich. Hold up. Does buying a second backpack do anything for us? Find out. Okay, so the silver nugget has more value than the spirit pearl. I'm about to get the spirit pearl back and the backpack for the silver nugget. Okay, that did not affect my inventory. Oh wait, no. This never had anything to do with my inventory. Food and herbs keep twice as long as you carry a backpack. Okay, I guess I should have read what that did, because it doesn't really do much for us at the moment. Reload. No, it's okay. We will manage. Alright. I guess we don't care about much stuff in here, huh? Alright, let's just rest at the inn and be on our way. Oh, we didn't have that one before? I am shocked. Yeah, give me some whey bread. Actually, I probably have like way too much to trade for like one whey bread. Alright, sorry. I'm too rich for your wares, sir. Can you break a spirit pearl? Sorry. Alright, we're healed up, ready to go. Feeling good. Actually, maybe that backpack could have been traded for the whey bread. Alright. Okay, so yeah, I think proto-material is the spirit stuff. Alright, so we need to go west. Let's try this one. So our sturdy boots just broke. I wonder if they remain in their inventory at 0 of 3 for us to repair. They do. Mind your step. Spiderwing shivers and pulls their clothes around them more tightly. I wouldn't go near a small cave in Letterbergen Mountains if I were you. Kobolds may have claimed it as their own. They told me off quite firmly. Oh, is there a typo in there? I didn't even notice that. Good catch, Sandwich. Have you had anything bad happen to you from presents? Yeah, I had 2 presents, and a Imperial Patrol stopped me, and I had to talk my way out of it or fight them. Alright, that's all there is here. I can't go left anymore, so let's go back to the cave and see if I can go back. I don't remember. I think there was a thing to the bottom left. No, so we can't cross this mountain. Oh, maybe we can cross here? In that case, let's go to this cave and this temple. Oh, man. Check out that stealth. Coming in clutch. Oops. Uh-oh. Oh, there's stuff here. Don't mind me, just picking berries. Oh, these are healing herbs. I didn't like the way those guys were looking at me. So there's no treasure here, or folk or anything, so I guess this is just a shelter. Or maybe not. The statue seems to have a magic presence. Camping in its vicinity will be safer. Oh, there's treasure here. Nope. Just kidding. Dude, look at the birds flying around. Just chirping around on the ground, hopping around. It's so cool. Alright, we got some hard-earned turnips. These are not given to us by some shady character. And we may as well camp here because we have cold. And we're heading into the mountains where we're probably going to get cold again. So let's take advantage of this statue. Warmed up. There's our bedroll. And on we go. I'm guessing the Great Tree connects over here, so I'm going to go up here on the way. I did not even read what the hardships were. Oh, we use stealth to get past something. My healing herb spoiled, which is sad. You made yourself visible. You risk more encounters when camping. This condition is removed when you start your next journey. Okay. Rare. Oh, this is the rare bargain area. Let's see if we can trade here and get a deed. This is the guy in another life. They gave us scrolls of knowledge. Blah, that really cracks me up. Let's get to work. All right. How about a backpack? Too little? Oh, wow. I thought this was supposed to be a good deal. He wants, like, everything. Oh, these things keep shifting around. That's a little awkward. It's a mini game. Dude, this guy wants like all my spirit pearls. Wait, how come now I'm backing off and so I had to put like X number of these in for him to even like think about accepting it, and it was more than he wanted. And then I started removing them, and he's still okay with it. So what are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only because we get a skill out of this. I don't consider that a rare bargain, but I'll take it. I don't think there's anything else here except for a big tree and maybe a forest giant. All right, this is another cool scenery. I dig these plants. There's a guide stone too. This guide stone is firmly rooted in place. You feel you can tap into its strength by simply copying its stance. Blessed. Deal +3 damage with melee weapons. Uh-oh. I want a branch. Let's ditch our 0-0 boots. Firewood gained. Oh, wait. I didn't see this last time. Can I use this? Is there more to this tree than meets the eye? I wonder if these are just associated with the guide stones. That's like the thing in Haven where you spawn and there's like a bunch of guide stones around it. But it also reminds me of that feature that we made a fire on and summoned the double-headed dragon before. Alright. And this does connect to the large cave, so we will head this way. Okay, so there's a cold hardship here. And I'm already cold. So we're going to lose 1 hope if I do that. Now we're visible until I leave, which is a problem. If I go back this way, I think I can clear the visible thing. And then rest and clear the cold. And maybe we... There's another hazard, though. Let's see what resting while visible does. We'll make base by this tree, or camp by this tree. Look at that shadow. You think it makes it so your ambush chance is increased? Yeah, that seems to be what it does. I guess I'll not make a fire, because that probably makes it worse. And we'll use one of our bedroll charges. Oh, we got -1 hope anyways. Oh, it's because I didn't make the fire. Whoops. Okay. Good catch. I messed that up. Well, I kind of defeated the purpose, but we removed cold eventually. I keep getting lost on this map. This is a huge map. Which is awesome, by the way. I guess you don't get lost if you follow the path. So bedroll does what? You thought it protected from cold while resting. It lets you rest without a fire to prevent the hope loss from not having a fire. But I was already cold, so if you're cold and you rest without a fire, I think you lose hope anyways. I think that's how that works. So I kind of conflated the two mechanics, which are a little similar, but don't overlap in quite that way. Oh, jeez. Will these bats scare easy? I think if I kill one, the rest will flee. This is kind of rude, because I think they're just trying to run away past me. That one just committed suicide. He saw it happen to his 3 friends, and he's like, I can't take it. I can't take it. I'm just gonna suffer the steam. Whoa. Where did those guys come from? Guess we're not the only stealthy things around. These nozzles are red. Alright, I was able to run through that one. Alright, this is the okay. We failed this one before. Let's test our luck here now. Magic sword. Opportunity for a sigil. I am down for this. Oh. I was thinking that our club was doing a lot more damage than I remembered. It's because we're blessed right now. We get +3 melee damage. Look at these sparkles. I wonder what that was about. The snow, the wind. The fog, the sheet of fog. The atmosphere of this game is so cool. Alright, so we're trying to climb in very bad weather. So there's +1 failure token here. Ooh, I'm like getting some spark too. And I think I have the trait where we get, it only costs us 4 spark to reroll, which is nice. Side effects? Let's use one of these rerolls. I don't want to know what the side effects are. Okay, so there's some thorny things. Okay. I can channel this, which is cool. I walk around this. And so here's the dungeon. I kind of want to see what's over here. Surprised those aren't attacking me. I thought those were going to be hostile. Oh, there it goes. One of them didn't like me. The large cave. So I thought we explored this on one of our previous Wayfarers, but that entrance looked different to me. So I wonder if the cave is the same, or maybe it's a different point altogether, if it got regenerated, if years and years passing has caused things to change, which is, of course, a core part of this game. Because some of the areas have been the same. Like that big tree area we were just in. This cave actually feels a little similar, but I think a lot of these caves probably have similar generation in some ways. Just getting some mild deja vu. Look at this rat I'm dragging with me. Alright, nothing up here. I love how you can just have this, like, atmospheric, empty level to explore. Very peaceful. Alright. I already hear, like, centipedes or something. Rootmaker gates. This plant blocks the way, forming a barrier. It is called a rootmaker. The plant needs to see you before it will allow you to pass. It needs to grow an eye stalk. This can be done in 2 ways, either by finding one of its hands and pulling it, or by finding one of its other eyes and startling it. don't know if we wanted to open that gate. Here we are. Alright, there's a portal over there, but nothing else? What is that? Oh, those are just plain rats. They get, like, icons, though. I wonder if they can actually be hostile. Looks like I'm down to only 22 arrows. We're definitely going to need to restock on arrows if we get the opportunity. Okay, so here's a blink thing. Oh shoot. Fear me in my blessed strength. Alright, teleporter activated. This just connects back. Let's go back this way. Okay, that was this teleporter. Okay, there's like... Oh, these rats are deadly. Oh, not so tough now, rats. And that rat took 5 health off of me? Uh-oh. These group mechanics are cool. Like they were all like hostile, and then I killed one, and the other ones are like fleeing now. I tried to go through the portal before any of them got to me, but that did not work well. Can I camp here? Let's see if we can heal. Or do you think I can heal before going in? I'm concerned that there's not enough room down there. I'm gonna try and heal here. Looks like I have nothing left to eat, so this is actually fine. What does soaked do again? Suffering an other soaked effect, lose 1 hope. Alright, I assume we're not gonna get soaked in the spirit realm. So we'll try and deal with that afterwards. Alright, here we are. It's over here. I can't really see that far. Here goes nothing. Death/Spirit Realm Sky. Alright. What is this? It's a portal? Our first sigil. How do I get out of here? Come on, that one's not activated. Oh, we have made a mistake. Oh my god. Alright. I'm retreating. Oh. Oh. Oh my god. That was intense. Hey, Belied Smash, thank you so much for this sub. It's great to see you. Did I keep the sigil? I did. Legacy item. So that can actually go in the chest in Haven, I think. I wonder if it automatically goes in there or if I have to put it there. A magic sigil represents magic power. It can be fused with objects or environments if you travel to certain spirit worlds or when you use a spirit forge. I only have 8 health so far. I wonder if we die in here if we get to keep our items. Probably not. There's a weapon in here. Yeah, the Sky Sigil sounds like reward enough. Like we should cut our losses and leave. But I really want to look for the sword. So the potion says it'll have no effect here. The healing herb doesn't say that, but I'm assuming it's still the case. You think the weapon is in the cave? I thought I fully explored this cave, so I assumed the weapon was in the spirit world. Can the spirit world not have weapons? They'd probably die going this way. There's 2 more sigils here. Let's run through and see what happens. Okay, I don't have the spirit. Oh, maybe I do? No, I do not. Oop. Yoink. Hello? Is there a safe word for when you want us to answer questions that may be spoilers? I guess if I address chat directly, like, hey chat, does anyone know this? I'm okay with like minor like gameplay mechanical spoilers and stuff, but not like big spoilers or anything too exciting. I'm generally pretty relaxed on spoilers in general. But this being a game about exploration, it seems to make more sense to, you know, tackle this like unspoiled more than a lot of the other roguelikes I tend to play. So can I just teleport to the beginning again? Still have both sky sigils. This area, oh my god. I'm guessing the other sigil, or there's something over here. I don't know how to get over there. I probably have to put something in here. But I don't have the spirit key, right? Just have 2 sky sigils. Will this accept a sigil? No. Alright, let's just get out of here. Let's cut our losses. I feel pretty good about this. Nice. Now if we find this weapon, I could infuse it with a sigil or something. I camp here. Wait, do I have food? No. Let's use the herb and see if we can get by without using a healing potion. And we'll finish exploring this to see if there is a magic weapon somewhere else here. If only you could eat spirit pearls. I know, right? Oh man, we unleashed the caterpillars. Oh, these bows do 8 damage? Since when has that been a thing? Normal attack, 8 damage. I thought they did less than that. We do get like +1, I think, from our skills. Let's see if we can save our ammunition now. Why isn't this one opening? Oh, it's from the strength buff? But the strength buff is supposed to only apply to melee weapons. But yeah, I think you're right. I will accept a strength buff on my bow. It makes sense for bows, I guess. I guess it would be like a composite bow thing. Is normally in games where it lets you apply a strength buff. Oh, 11 damage with my club throw. Yeah, I don't think there's a magic sword in here. Wonder if there's something else I could have blinked to that I didn't notice. You believe it should have been where I just was now with the rats? That seems like the most likely place for it. Because that was like its own area with like an enemy and like accessed by a portal. We already did this. Oh, wait, is that a wall I can cross? Or like climb over or something? No. I guess we could check it out. Oops. $14 damage. That's just a wall. I blink through it. Yeah, I think we've fully explored this area. So, unless it was in the spirit world, it's definitely not here. The throwing clubs is another known bug. You believe right now every time I throw it, it'll do 3 more damage? Oh my god. I will try not to abuse that, but that sounds really fun. You might want to check the area with the rats. There might be a chest awkwardly placed there. That's a good point. Because those chests actually aren't super easy to see. Hey Canadian Corn Dog, how did I get this? It is in early access on the Epic Games Store. Oh, is this a chest? Let's see. Doesn't look like it. Hmm. There are really two courses laid forth then. Don't abuse it or see how high you can get that club damage. Could I press F12 for you? Absolutely. Should I do it in the other area? Debug info. Cool, will do. Did that automatically send it? Or is that just saved it on my machine? It just saved it? Okay. Alright, well no magic sword for us, I guess. But we got a sky sigil. And honestly, we're not really proficient in swords. Hang on. Can I get the strength buff? Oh. You don't know what we've started now. Come here, rats. Chocobo, I accept your challenge. I hope we can't, like, accidentally hit ourselves with this thing. I think we lose the strength bonus. Actually, until we were wounded or fatigued. I can avoid those circumstances. I don't know if I'm actually going to abuse this thing in combat, but making numbers big is a pastime of mine. The screen shake will go bonkers at one point. Is it based on like the magnitude of the damage? Added bonus. Okay, I actually shouldn't go down here to farm this. Let's just leave. There's gonna be plenty of rats and things to kill. Alright. Challenge accepted. I guess we want to travel up here. There's 2 cold sites. Which means no matter what, we lose 1 hope from getting cold. This probably connects, so if we go here first, we could probably avoid that, but there's more hazards and unknown stuff. There's like a storm. Some potentially unknown stuff. Could be good or bad. Either way, I think we do need to camp here. We can restore our cold and our soak status. Oh. Is it colder at night? That would make sense. That's actually incredible if true. Because there aren't cold fortunes here anymore. Or maybe it makes sense for the fortunes to change too. Especially like enemies like come and go. Huh. Well, I guess that really paid off then. Okay, here's another awesome screenshot moment. Imperials introduced or induced global warming. All right. Oh, are these grooves? I wonder if they'll like me. Well, this guy's not a grue. Haldovich shivers and pulls their clothes around them more tightly. Or, oh, tightly again. I think that's the same message as before. Who are you? I don't like the looks of you. These guys look like they mean business. You try to distract them with a funny anecdote about what happened on the way here. Oh, we got a big success token. Oh, that was easy. Confidently you laugh at your own jokes. Apparently they liked that. A broad grin with shiny white teeth greets you. Good joke. Nice. When I was exploring Boulder's Hold, I found an old ruin. Inside was this weird contraption, surrounded by pink stuff that tasted really weird. Y'all need to stop eating the pink stuff. I'm getting the feeling that people are very hungry in this world. I guess we are in like the snow. There's not a lot of vegetation. Boulder's Store. Where is that? Okay, so that's this ruin. We're gaining knowledge of like stuff to explore as if we want to hit up these points. But let's keep our eye on the prize for now. Back here. Oh shoot. Oh no, we lost the blessing. So, I'm trying to figure out how wounded works. We had 15 health and we just took 3 damage or 5 damage and that made us wounded. I'm guessing that getting hit below a certain health threshold causes that. I can't believe I just used a healing herb right before getting wounded. We need to try and get rid of that status before traveling. So if you're wounded, passing the time makes us lose hope. That's exactly how it works. Good to know. So we actually suffered a lot by not being able to top off our health. Maybe I should have used a healing potion. That is excellent to know. Alright, so we want to use this bandage. 2 will need to make a fire. Alright, we're healed. Wait, did the wind just go away? I can, like, light this now. There's no reason for us to rest, though, so we'll keep moving. I just gained invisible because I turned that fire on for half a second. I guess no harm because we were just leaving anyways. Oh, the rain! Here's another awesome setting. Here's a Gru. Oh, look how they move their necks and their heads. Incredible. A ruffian. Gelric greets you. Who are you? I don't like the looks of you. These guys look like they mean business. Oh, we can fish for the big outcome. Nope, not today. Good joke, nice, okay. Pass if you must. You're not worth staining our blades. The tracks in the snow. What is that? Is that downstairs? No, it's at this Z level. Hey, Tinny Euclix, what's going on? Take another screenshot. Here's one. Is this good or bad? Neither? Wonder what that is. I feel like there's more to it. Oh! Oh! Does that mean you're gonna get struck by lightning? Maybe I should avoid those. Want to learn a trick? Oh, too late. Did it have to do with those things? Maybe the best pronunciation of your handle you have ever heard? Probably the first time I've ever said any usernames on Twitch correctly. Yes, but now you won't tell. Alright, we'll have to find more of them. I have a feeling the sky sigils or the sky magic or something... Maybe those can bless you? I don't know. There was definitely more than meets the eye there. My curiosity is piqued. We'll find out. God, all of these areas are so cool. Hey, what up, Colin P? I am loving the game. Oh, shoot. Alright. I'll let them kill each other. Dude, nice shield moves. Oh. So these guys are weakened. Oh, that didn't work. Oh, shoot. I gotta be careful. I should not be taking hits like this. Because I don't have a way to heal. Or a good way to heal. I said bless you right after someone sneezed in the other room. It was for them. I knew. I always know. Alright, we made it to the temple. The fact that there are enemies here is a little scary. Look at this lush vegetation, like, sprouting from the snow-covered, foggy mountains. Beautiful. How does combat feel compared to the prequel? Movement and combat feel so good compared to the prequel, or the last game. Like, just the acceleration and, like, inertia of, like, movement and the combat, and, like, the overall feel of it is, like, it just feels really good to play. Is this the new Cogmind patch? No? The new Cogmind patch is pretty cool. I saw the new event, which I still can't believe it's in the game. I'm looking forward to playing it. I want to do like a 6 times Nova Cannon stack. I don't want to spoil the new event publicly. It's only been out for like a day. If people really want to know, I can post spoilers about it in on my Discord later, but I won't share it on stream. Have you ever gone backwards? Yes, I have. I've hit dead ends and had to like backtrack. You guess it doesn't really matter whether you go from dungeon level to dungeon level or map to other map. Yeah, the world map in this game is massive. And most of the dungeons I've seen have only been like 2 floors and then maybe a portal to a spirit realm. So maybe like 3 maps deep or so. Or like floors deep. But it's more about like... Alright, I'm gonna bust out paint. Actually, I don't know if this is gonna work or not. I have like a bunch of like screenshots I've taken in like paint windows. I don't know which one this isn't worth paint. I'm not gonna try yet. Picture the first game that had like a vertical dungeon where you go from dungeon level 1 to 15 or whatever the bottom was, with like branches out the side. This is like that inverted, where you have like a massive number of like horizontal options, but most like the areas you can explore only have a couple of maps. But it applies like the same like idea of like lock and key puzzles, where you like in like rumors and stuff, like the journal entries from the first game, like we'll talk to someone and they'll tell us that there's like a magic item like over here, or like some dangerous like foe like over here, and like we have to like gather like these things to make a key to get through here, and they're like scattered around. So there's like cool stuff like that in this game. Very, very much like the first one. And actually, I have a feeling that this area is going to be a bit of a puzzle. This is our first like major quest area, I think. Either that or we're just going to get what we want right away. But I highly doubt that. Especially because I'm seeing a lot of locked doors and other things here. Uh-huh. That seems like the main part of the temple. I thought that was one of those dangerous cave-in spots. Alright, we can either go straight to the temple or explore these side areas a bit. Less emphasis on combat in this one. I think it's definitely more about exploration. And it almost has like a board game feel, because a lot of the things that are going to get you killed are things you do traveling in between areas and not being very efficient at doing that. You have this hope mechanic where if you... Hope essentially cannot be regained, and you lose hope. You can lose hope in combat by getting wounded and not being able to repair your wounds, but also from suffering hardships while traveling and exploring. And once you run out of hope, your character can't heal, essentially, and you're gonna die. So that's like one of the big clocks in this game and like resources to keep track of. And a lot of that comes from outside of combat. Although if you're not good at combat, you're going to suffer a lot of hope as well. I wouldn't say it's de-emphasized. You could definitely play, do combat and play combat heavy if you want, but it's not emphasized as much or not forced on you as much. That crab got wrecked. I don't know if we want to open that door. So this is like a lore thing. I have a clarity potion that will, this one. +2 redraws on any lore or magic fortune test. I think I'd like to save that for if we have like multiple in a row. Like there's those like those 3 stones that you can run into where you can take a bunch at once. So let's just take this head on. Magic fortune test and incantation. The script is a magic incantation. You can read it to invoke the spell it represents, or you could try and identify the spell first. Interesting. Let's see if we can identify it. I have a lot of spark to spend on rerolls, but I think we're pretty good. Lost time. We're okay with that. The incantation will open some doors. Okay, so that's these yellow doors over here. And summon something? That's scary. Where are you gonna summon? Oh my god. Flaming skulls were not what I expected. Okay, fortunately my bow is pretty good for those guys. And what do we get for all our troubles? Broken gate. This looks like it bypasses that locked door. I think there was... This is where those wolves were. Gotta be over here. Unless it came in here. Key. Unlocked silver key gain. So we have a large key and a silver key. This is cool. This is like the first like... This reminds me of like a Zelda-like dungeon. I feel like this is the first like real dungeon with like a lot of keys and like these types of mechanics so far. It's really cool to see so far. Anything over here? Not like an entrance or anything. Alright. One spark over there. I think that's it. I don't know if it's... I don't think it's worth fighting those wolves just for that. Alright, so let's go to the main... Oh, here's a dungeon. Oh, that was probably a broken gate as well. Alright, so one of the keys probably opens this. I want to see what's up here. Lore fortune test. You sit down and take a deep breath. You let your mind drift. Oof, this is not a good start. We drew a failure right away. I'm going to use my spark to draw again, but we're adding another failure to the pool, so it becomes harder to succeed. Well, we just added a great success. Oh, we drew it. Awesome. So we got a ++ success. You empty your mind, making room for new insights. Whoa! That was like 15 spark, I think? Maybe a little more? That was worth spending 4 spark on. What is that? That's Raph, I think? What is down here? Look at the shadows on these crabs. Yeah, the level gen is really cool. Tinny. Yeah, those wolves can definitely keep that 1 spark. Oh, I've got this. I wonder what key that used. Okay, definitely Raph. Oh, we got skeletons. How am I supposed to fight all this? Ooh, what? Is that buff never going away now? I'm gonna fight this guy with arrows. Oh, they die pretty easy. Alright. I'm not quite as scared now. Oh shit, they get back up. Alright, let's be fast. I'm gonna lose all my arrows here if I'm not careful. Oh, I'm wounded. That's not good. Ooh. Was investigating pause combat? Oh! Okay, so normally interacting with stuff does not pause combat. It definitely doesn't seem to stop their respawn timer, but it looks like doing the actual fortune test does. Inscription indicates the exact location of the secret tunnel from the fields of Rurneveld into the First Valley. Sweet. That is a really good piece of intel. Oh, hey, we oh, shoot. I don't think he actually revived until just now. I'm not trying to abuse the throw. I think the club would kill them even if I didn't have a plus like 50 damage on it. But it's actually the best way for me to deal with them regardless. Oh shoot. Oh. We are not doing well. Yeah, the melee not one-shotting them is not good for us. Do I still have... Okay, I only have one healing potion. I'm out of bandages. I hope we don't die in here. How am I supposed to deactivate those? I think I have stealth. It doesn't look like there's anything in here. Except this is like a clogged up steam thing. I think if you knock this off, it like diverts steam somehow. So I wonder if hitting this is going to give us a passage somewhere else. I run through here? These guys are still down. Oh! Oh shoot! Oh my god, this is locked. Oh, this is how we die. I did not expect that door to be locked. That was a bad idea. So we had to go through this way regardless. I think I'm supposed to hit this thing. Oh shit, I didn't even see that skeleton. Oh, we just got shredded. Oh my god, that's another skeleton. Alright, what are our options here? I don't even have, like, food to heal. Like, I want to, like, leave, but we probably just die on the road? These are, like... Look at that one. Let's see if we can cut our losses here. Oh. What a menacing, scary, terrible dungeon. Terrible in a good way, of course. I don't think we can clear this wounded. Alright, we gotta find some way to recover from this. Let's use a rope here. Okay. So here's Clan Alzmeda. It's a roadhouse. It has shelter and folk. I don't know what the strife modifier means in like the current time. I assume that means it's going to be taken over by Imperials at some point. I think this is our best chance of like finding some kind of healing item, is going to this shelter area. We lost both of our keys. Does that mean I have to find them again when I come back here? Because I don't know if I actually finished using those. Or maybe I did. But those were only for that area. It's nice that doesn't make you carry, like, random keys for places you're not in, though. Alright. 4 hit points in a dream. Oh, an innkeeper. You're saved. Oh. Alright. Make a screenshot? Oh, it looked nice in the dark. Oh, I ruined it. Sorry. Yeah, if anyone sees a setting that they really like, we're screenshotting them. Alright, when I was exploring the Boulder's Hold, I found an old ruin. Inside was this weird contraption surrounded by pink stuff that tasted really weird. Steer clear of these ruins in the Zornistanian Mountains. It may look like a good camping site, but the place is infested with vermin. Not worth the trouble. Especially with our story, clawing our way out of that dungeon like that. Yeah, I'm actually really shocked that we're alive at all. What is this? I love those colors. I like how there's like a very disciplined use of some of these like brighter colors in this game. When do we get to taste the pink stuff? I don't know, we'll find out. We'll have to try next time. There's pink stuff here. Maybe that's what healing potions are made out of. I don't know who left all these old standing stones, but I have heard tell that these inscriptions they bear often contain old secrets. Some are even magical. Oh, is this one? An old shrine dedicated to the weather, probably supposed to say weather spirits, right? Leaving a tribute of food here will appease them. Unfortunately, you have no suitable tribute. So if I give that 2 food, I think I'll get a healing potion. Which seems well worth. Alright, lore fortune test. You're pretty sure the glyph stands for temple. I'm not accepting a partial success here with all these greens in there. The inscription indicates the location of the Wind Temple in the Oldengrind Wasteland. Where's that, I wonder? Here. That is quite far from us. The temptation to steal turnips is high. Not stealing food. We're gonna try and be good people today. That's weird. Probably shouldn't be here. Alright. You can have my firewood even though it's way more. Alright, I'll take another water skin. Alright, we got some whey bread. I can either eat this. I want to give it to this thing. Oh, we got a deed. That was well worth it. Wait, nothing that time? I feel betrayed, Shrine. Although, you gave us a skill. That's pretty epic. Why is your portrait zooming all over? Whoa, that was a teleport. I didn't notice what was going on. Alright, let's learn a skill. You performed a deed that confirms you are wise. As a result, you can learn a new skill or gain a benefit. You're good at finding food sources in the wilderness. You gained more from benefits from fruits and are likely to harvest more food and herbs, or tracking. You encounter more prey fortunes and gain extra draws during tracking tests. Both of these seem great. Both of them seem very helpful for us because we'd like to find meat and berries and stuff. It's hard to pick. I'm leaning towards tracking because I think overall it's going to have a similar effect as foraging on the food like situation, but then also the extra draws during tracking tests sounds nice. Let's try that. The tough part about finding game is that you actually have to fight them. Like, I got my butt kicked by a boar once. I think I'd like to rest out this wounded status fully, so that we can heal to max health. Gonna call it a night. It's getting late here. Enjoy the rest of your adventure. Oh, I will. Thank you so much for hanging out. It's been a pleasure. And good night, Joris. Alright. We are no longer wounded. Cool, we're fully healed. Awesome. I should have taken that foraging skill and just stole their turnips. I wonder if their wares changed at all. No. Oh, I see what you mean about the portraits bugging out. Yeah, I have seen that before. Sometimes they bug out like here too a bit. Yeah, no, that's what I call wisdom. Exactly. Actually, probably a good time to take a break for us as well. Man. Yeah, we're at 3 hours of uptime. The time has been flying because we are enjoying this game so much. Do we go back to the temple? I think we should. I don't know, it's risky with no healing potions or healing items. And actually, I only have 5 arrows. Alright, I think we leave the temple for now and try to like restock on our arrows or something. There's no reason to risk death on this character. And as long as we travel smartly, I think we can come back here with relatively low risk. So we'll probably go and adventure somewhere else now. Which probably means that we need to go this way. Because I don't think we want to explore out here yet. So maybe we try to wrap around here and then like explore some of this stuff and like this stuff or something. But that's probably what we want to do. It sounds like a good plan. So I think that's what we're going to do, but we're going to take a break here. I'll leave you here with some butterflies. And this will be like a 10 to 15 minute break probably, our normal longer intermission that we tend to do. Thank you all for hanging out so far. This has been a blast. In the meantime, feel free to check out the Discord and YouTube while we were on break. Feel free to grab some water, snacks, stretch, whatever you want to do, because this will be about 10 to 15 minutes. We'll be back and we'll continue exploring the Unexplored. I will be right back.